So today, we will be talking about history of measurements. Did you know that the word measure comes from the Latin word mensura and from the Greek word metron? The ancient unit of measure was chosen for convenience rather than accuracy. The ancient unit of measure was based on human feet, hand, and arms. First is the cubit. The cubit is the length of the forearm to the tip of the middle finger. Yard. Yard is the distance from the end of the nose to the tip of the middle finger of the outstretched hand. Handspan. The distance from the thumb of an outstretched hand to the small finger. Palm. The distance across the base of the four fingers that form the palm. Foot. The distance across the base of the foot that form the foot. Counting rod, small bar typically 2 to 14 centimeters long that was used by the Chinese for calculation. Sundial, used by the early Egyptians to measure time of day. It relied to the sun to measure the time. Sexagesimal, used by the Babylonians to measure time, angle, and geographic coordinates. So now, let's talk about historical development of measurement. During the 1200 AD, King Henry I of England standardized the yard as the distance from the tip of his nose to the tip of his middle finger with his arm extended to the side. In 14th century, King Edward II standardized the inch as the length of 3 grains of barley when laid from end to end. On 16th century, King Henry VII defined pound as the weight of 7,000 dried grains of wheat. 1736 to 1813, the French Academy of Sciences headed by Joseph Louis Lagrange recommended the metric system. On 1793, France became the first country to adopt the metric system when its use became mandatory. On 1960, the 11th General Conference on Weights and Measures was designated as the International System of Units. On 1963, President Ferdinand Marcos issued Presidential Decree 187 prescribing the use of only the metric system as the standard measurement in the Philippines. Did you know that the unit is called standard when it has been defined so that society in general uses the same one? So we have two standardized systems of measures at the present. First is the customary or English system. English system evolved from non-standard units of measure like the yard, the inch, also referred to the length of the body parts. So the common units in the English system. Basic English units and its equivalents. The second standardized system is the metric system. It is originated from France. It is a decimal system just like the numeration system. This means that sizes or weights increase or decrease in units of 10. The subunits in the metric system use Greek and Latin prefixes. Basic units of the metric system. Prefixes used in the metric system. Basic metric units and its equivalents. Let me end up my discussion with one statement. Measurements rules our lives. It has sliced up our world and helped us impose order and logic on our restless universe.